It'll be 5 to 7 minutes long. The speech title is The Dreamers. Now let me give you a little brief purpose of the speech. It's getting to the point. His point is to be absolutely clear about what he wants the audience to know at the end. Something about Keith, he's a really awesome guy. He's really funny. He reminds me of the guy from King of Queens. Well, everyone please give a round of applause for Keith Fox.
Here's to the crazy ones. The misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs and the square holes. The ones who see things a bit differently. They're not fond of rules and have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify them, or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them. Because they change things. They push the human race forward, and while some may see them as crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Toastmasters.
Mr. Toastmaster.
I know, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, honored distinguished guests. Born in San Francisco, he was adopted by a couple in Mountain View, California. His biological mother nearly refused to agree to the adoption after she learned the adoptive mother never graduated from college and the father never graduated from high school. She relented only after his new adoptive parents promised he would go to college. They kept their word. He went to college, but he dropped out after one semester. Steve Jobs, as we know, recently passed away. Probably one of my favorite people of all time. Because those of you who may or may not know me, you know I'm a big Mac fan. I used to work for Apple Computer way back in the day. Anyway, but we're off on a tangent. His parents were Laotian immigrants. They abandoned him and his 3 siblings when he was just 14 years old. He found himself homeless on the streets of Columbus, Ohio, often fending for himself. The first place I slept was at a donut shop, he said. He would move through some tumultuous years, establishing his identity as a gang member in Columbus, Ohio. However, one day, quite by chance, he came across a copy of Vogue magazine. This is a gang member, abandoned on the streets. And he knew instantly he wanted to be a clothes designer. He was making pieces of scraps and cobbled together his first show at 17, but Ohio was very far from where he needed to be, which was New York City. As we all know, the world of fashion and design. He knew if he was going to have to make it there, any shot at making his dreams come true, in the brutal world of clothing design, he had to go to New York. After several trips to New York, he secured a backer, got some financial backing. He debuted at Fashion Week in 2005 to much praise, seemed well on his way to success until his investors pulled the plug and he was once again homeless and destitute. As a designer to his self-named label, which began in 2005, Neri Manabong debuted his fall 2007 collection after taking a hiatus for the spring 2007 season. He resurfaced with a new vision, got new backers, new financial backers, and now he is one of the most famous names you've probably never heard of in the fashion world. His new line is called NAM, that's N-A-H-M. It represents the initials of the design duo, and it also means water in Laos. His design partner is Alexandria, Hilfiger, as we all know, Tommy Hilfiger. Went to college, left college, moved to New York. When he was born, was pulled out of his mother with forceps, which affected his speech. Got one small role in a movie called The Lords of Flatbush. Also got a very small writing credit for that movie. This guy decided, I want to be a writer. Was watching a fight of Wepner and Muhammad Ali, and kept seeing this Wepner guy come back and come back and come back for more and more brutal punishment. The guy would not go away. Eventually lost the fight with Ali, but that night, this guy wrote an entire movie script based upon this fight and this one boxer named Wepner. Took the movie everywhere. Nobody wanted it. Found a couple people that did want it, but they didn't want him. He said, the only way you're going to get my movie script is if I get to play the title role. No way, you're an idiot. Get lost. No, you can't talk, you can't act, you can't, no. We'll take the movie, we'll give you X amount of dollars for it. No, I got to have the title role in it. By this time, he's broke, he's destitute. He begins to hawk his wife's jewelry just to make ends meet. He is now living, for lack of a better term, in libraries because they've turned off the heat in his house. He gets so desperate, now he sells his dog for $50. Movie studio calls, says, I'll tell you what, we're going to give you $400,000 for your script. We don't want you. No, I'm sorry. No? Are you kidding me? Who says no to 400 grand? But he said no, because he believed in it. He says, no. Long story short, Sylvester Stallone sold the movie for 250 grand, got the star in it, won the Academy Award for Best Picture in 1976. I'm sure you all know that. At his acceptance, when he won his Academy Award, he read all the rejection letters. He went to over 153, I believe, talent agents in New York with all no rejection letters. How good would that feel? Get up at the Academy Awards, winning for Best Picture, and saying, hey, here's my rejection letter. I mean, I would probably have some other choice words for it, but who are you? What's going to be your story? When do we give up? I know some people give up. It's like you have a goal, and the first sign of bad weather, you kind of give up. You're like, too much trouble. Do we have the perseverance for that? How many of us really can sit there in the face of that kind of adversity, sell our dog? He bought the dog back, $1,500, and the dog and the guy who bought him were in the movie Rocky. I'll leave you with this. I'll leave you with a challenge. Is to have within you, because we all have it, I've talked about it before, the personal belief that nothing can stop you from doing what you want to do. If this guy can sell his dog and live on the street and in the libraries because he believed in his movie so much, I believe that we can do anything. Anything is possible. So my challenge to you is what's possible for you? What are you willing to sell your dog for? Or your cat? Or your hamster? Or your bird? No, I'm just kidding. Don't sell your animals. Thank you very much.